Alabama Unfiltered has been out there for a year now, and today we're going to talk about how the show actually started, all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I didn't even know most of how it was started, so stick with us. We'll have that. We'll also have Alabama or Not, which is one of Allison's favorite things to do. Really good stuff. And then they're a little bit sprinkled in there, a lot of talk about what you can and cannot say. There are some rules out there now. We're going to delve into that a little bit today, and then we'll get into that more next week. But stick with us, the Christmas edition of Alabama Unfiltered. We're literally debating that it's bad that people get to say what they think.
Can you imagine? I'm reading Psalm 144, and it says, He trains my hands for war.
We are on the brink of total destruction of America as we know it.
Let your rebel flag fly.
Welcome into this week's edition of Alabama Unfiltered. I am one of your hosts, Scott Beeson. This is the Christmas edition of the program in the year 2022. Allison Sinclair is with me. Amy Beth Shaver is as well. Merry Christmas, ladies. How are y'all?
Merry Christmas.
You like my dollar store decorations?
I do like it. It looks fantastic. I don't know who's going to pry the bows off the screen, but it's okay. It's very patriotic, too.
It might be Christmas all year.
How did you get red, white, and blue
I think it'll be
tinsel?
fine.
You think it'll be okay?
Yeah.
It'll come off?
Nobody
will notice.
It's not going to be on there very long.
Right.
It's
It'll
very
be fine.
cheerful.
Yes, I like it.
I didn't
Wonderful.
mean to do patriotic. I kind of like it, though, and we didn't even coordinate, but we nailed it.
Right.
And
red,
high,
blue.
and then the blues here, so it's like it all
matches.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
it's
Good
nice.
job, Allison.
I kind of just chose the tackiest,
And it ended up
honestly,
working.
but I think it
I
looks
like
good.
the snowmen that are hanging off the tinsel.
Yeah.
And they're on the floor, too. It's like snowing.
happy.
It's like snowing
Y'all,
snowmen.
it's like Frosty's with us.
There's going to be glitter everywhere forever.
Did you glitter?
Well, I mean, like that Merry Christmas sign, the glitter snows.
It's going to come off?
Yeah.
All right, great. Right into
So
the controllers.
It's Christmas,
Mhm.
but do you know what else it is?
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, one of those.
All
What?
Scott,
Sorry.
do you know how many
Doesn't even
shows we've
care.
done?
7 or 8.
52.
We have not done 52 shows. Really?
Yeah, this is our
This is
1 year.
I never would have
anniversary.
thought we would have had anything to talk about for 52 shows.
You didn't
We
think
did.
you'd
52
like
shows.
us that long.
You were still on the, I'm still wondering about you.
I mean, I don't blame you, but I really think it works. But
No, I enjoy
mean,
it. I really do.
52 weeks. For 52 weeks, we have looked at each other and talked about things, and we're still together.
It's amazing.
It
Yeah.
is amazing.
It really is amazing.
Yeah.
52 weeks, really.
Mhm.
I remember when we were trying to think of, okay, well, when y'all, I was like, I'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. It doesn't matter. Right. We need a list, and we need to know that this week and this week and this week and this week, and we need to be ahead, and we need to, and now y'all are just like, sometimes can't get y'all to stop.
Do you remember how we? I'm gonna.
I've got to get my words in. I've got lots of words to say.
Okay, Scott.
You do have lots of words, but you know what? That's because you have to fill a radio show at scottbeesonradio.com.
Hey, very good. Very good.
Every
Nice
day for
segue.
4 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours. That's still a lot of talking.
It is.
So many words.
But have we ever gone over like how this whole thing started? I don't know if we've ever.
I don't even know if I know the whole story of how this started.
All right.
Y'all probably know because
Yes.
y'all were integrally involved and with,
You're just
working with
blessed that
1819.
We brought you in.
Well, I was the last choice. I mean, I get that, but it's fine. It's worked
you were
out.
not the last choice.
you know, you were the first last choice.
Right. The second to the last choice.
the winning choice.
Oh, yes. We couldn't get everybody else. So
It's such a good story, though.
worked out
It really
better.
is because this whole podcast media stuff,
Mhm.
never. If you had told me 2 years ago I'd be doing this, I probably, I would have laughed. That's
Right.
generally what I do. Like, this is so stupid because I don't have any background in media. Until I ran into Amy Beth
Mhm.
at Kohl's, of all places.
Where else would
And
a
now
woman
we're
run into
here.
another woman? The
It-
Kohl's or at
so-
Bed Bath &
No,
Beyond.
it's weird.
It's crazy because for about a year before this all happened and before I started writing with 1819, I would pass Allison's house. We live near each other. And I would think, because the idea of a podcast had been on my heart for a while, but I'm like, Lord, I don't even know how that would
Right.
happen. Like, I have no studio. I called some people in the business and somebody was helping me to figure out, well, you could just make a studio in your house, blah, blah, blah.
You had a glitter microphone. I,
I
do know
did
that.
have a glitter microphone from days past in case you need it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but Allison literally is the one the Lord would put on my heart. So then,
Just to pray for in general.
just
not-
like I wonder if
Past her house.
she would be
Dear
the
God.
one that we could do a podcast with. Like, I don't know, but she's the one. And so,
But did you know her hardly at all?
we knew we operated
Okay,
in the
y'all
same
knew
circles.
y'all existed.
And we liked each other.
Right.
Had we had lunch? No.
Okay.
Not until we ran to each other at Kohl's checking out because we're buying
Yeah.
things for our kids.
Both of you.
No, you were buying something for
shoes.
yourself.
Oh.
And I was. I
Yeah.
was buying some jeans.
Okay.
You
And
were
something
buying,
else. I don't know.
I was too. It's like the closest store to us. So like you go
Okay.
to Kohl's.
Zip in there.
Yeah.
And you may
Right.
not love it, but
But
it's there.
It'll get by.
You know?
Right.
It
Okay.
works.
And they
gotcha.
do have some cute things. And they have good makeup. Anyway.
But we're standing there and like I knew Amy Beth from back in preschool. Our kids were in preschool and
So you're in the line beside each other
Yeah,
now?
we're in the line beside each other.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
I'm
trying to figure
overjoyed
out how to
because I'm
make
like,
small
I'm talking
talk
to
because I know I'm
Alice.
supposed to know you.
Well, but you know,
and-
and I don't know if guys do this, but girls, like there are some people that you might not talk to all the time, but you just kind of click with, and like
Right.
you can't explain it, but
Okay.
you just pick up because some people it is awkward, and we're like,
Right,
oh,
you're
what are we gonna talk about?
well, they're checking
Amy
out.
Beth,
I'm not
we're
checking
like,
out now. I got to go look for
Blah,
something.
blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
in the Kohl's
immediately.
checkout line. Well, the conversation continues to the parking lot. And I remember we were standing by my car.
And what month was this? Is this the summer?
So no, I had started in October, 1819 launched October something, middle of the month.
Okay.
So I see you around this time.
Yeah, I mean it was warm. I don't remember it being cold, but it wasn't like summer.
No,
Mm-hmm.
it was decent. It was in Alabama.
It was Indian summer.
Yeah.
It's still hot here.
Yeah.
And I think Brian had so well in that
it
you're
was
like what?
simultaneously
It was
happening.
really
It was
weird
crazy.
because you're like, what do you think about doing a podcast? And I probably laughed and was like, I've never thought about it. But it's like you tell your kids, and I don't know if y'all are the same. I'm like, put yourself out there, try new things. If somebody offers you an opportunity,
Right.
I mean,
Give it a shot.
give it a shot. And so I was like, well,
What's
okay.
the worst that could happen? Total embarrassment of yourself.
Yeah.
People make fun of you. It's on the internet
and
forever.
we're moms, and
I mean, what
so
could-
that happens, immediately as you become
Yeah.
a mother. So we're like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Embarrassment's
by
okay.
Who
44,
cares?
I'm like, I don't really care. I've already probably been embarrassed enough. And so I'm like, okay, well, we can talk about it. So we decided to go to lunch. But in that conversation, you said, I'm going to reach out to Ray Mellick and see if we can use the 1819 studio.
Because Ray had told me when he hired me that or Brian is the CEO.
Mhm.
Ray was bringing the writers on. He talked about building out a media platform and building out radio, talking
Right.
about podcasting. And I
Right.
was like, oh, I'm very interested in that. And so in that time, I think I had reached back out to Ray, who immediately passed it on to Brian, who then, this is so God.
Mhm.
The next day, like after we had lunch and we sat at lunch for 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, we decided
Was that
to go to
after
lunch
Kohl's?
and brainstorm.
So we went to Kohl's.
Uh-huh.
Then I reached out to Ray and I said, this
Okay, so
may be
then you came
brewing.
out of lunch.
And after this is brewing,
Right.
then we go to lunch. We stay for 2.5 hours until we have to go pick up kids or something.
Yeah,
We
and
both
we're
have
like
to
taking
leave.
notes and writing, and we're like,
Yeah.
wow, this might actually work.
Yeah. And it was so much fun. And then how soon after that was a Friday.
Yeah.
How soon after that did Brian come to a local meeting?
Well, it was so random because I didn't know Brian Dawson, but he reached out to me and said, I'd like to come speak at your local meeting, which was, I think, like 3 days later because
Yeah.
we met on Tuesdays.
That's right. That's right.
And so he calls and says, can I come speak? And I'm like, I hope he's legit. Like,
Right.
I don't know about
Hope
this
this is a
18
real
Yeah, I
thing.
don't
Right.
know.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm like, sure. And so he comes to the local meeting. And I guess from that, heard me lead the meeting and was like, okay, well, she can talk.
So was he
Ish.
really wanting to be at the meeting or was he screening?
I think he just wanted to be at the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
he was still launching all the things.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know y'all were having this little conversation?
He knew he would only have known about it if
Oh, from-
Ray had passed it
Right.
along.
But
you
Ray
to
would
go
have
back
had to
and look.
pass on Allison's name, which he wouldn't know.
Well,
so
yeah, I
he
don't
probably
know.
didn't even know that y'all were.
he just wanted an audience to pitch 1819.
Okay.
And so at the end of the meeting, I gave him like 4 or 5 minutes to just talk about 1819. It went really well. And afterwards, I go up to him and I kind of pitched this idea that we really didn't even really know
Right.
what we were talking about, but I made it sound good. Like Amy Beth and I
did.
like it sounded so legit and I had no clue what I was saying. But Brian was like, okay, let's talk about it. And so then from there, the Ray thing, the studio thing, the Brian thing, Amy Beth, like it all kind of came together bizarre. That's when you know there's a God
Mhm.
that cares about details and is working it out. So we have a meeting, and the one thing that Amy Beth and I kept saying was like, we need a Chris Fowler to our Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. Okay, well,
That's
Brian
fair.
doesn't even know who Chris Fowler is.
Really?
He doesn't know sports very much.
Well, he said he was in prison
The
like
sport thing.
back, when he should be watching. So he missed college game day. And so we were like, who could be our Chris Fowler? Who
Right.
could be Scott Beeson?
At least on the second or third Heisman ballot.
Scott Beeson could be our Chris Fowler.
You're on the first Heisman
Oh,
ballot.
But
my
you were the
goodness.
first person
Right.
we asked.
Because we
Well, that's
didn't
fantastic.
know, but Brian did, and he's like, Scott is perfect.
But you knew Scott, but I
Yes,
didn't know
I knew
Scott.
Scott. And you were,
And y'all probably
correct.
don't know that I had talked to Brian multiple times before 1819 ever got.
About
We didn't
what?
know that part of the story.
Yeah.
Part two.
Not
Things
not
just
really
got
about
interesting.
but about the whole idea of, hey, we need conservative media. Is there an alternative? Hey, we're thinking about doing this because people that Brian had gotten in touch with were saying, hey, if you're going to do something like that, you need to contact Scott Beeson and he'll give you ideas and tell you who's legit and who's not and all this kind of stuff. So I had conversations with this guy on the phone that I'd never met who was just had this vision. And I was
Wow.
like, no, that's a great idea. So
Who knew?
that was
Okay.
just kind of back there in the background.
So when Brian calls you, because we set up a meeting, and I'm so curious to see what you thought. And I think we've kind of talked about it a few times, but we set up a meeting with us and Brian, and we go to the serious boardroom, and we all come in to kind of brainstorm.
Right.
It's the
And
first
the
time.
serious boardroom is all brick and this beautiful
Yeah.
table and these very
It's like
these
Yellowstone.
chairs.
Right.
It when you go in there, legit.
It's fair. Yeah, right.
So Scott comes in. I've never met you. You know Amy Beth, but you probably really don't know what the heck you're even talking about or what they're asking you to do. So you sit down. What are you thinking? I'm so curious.
Okay. So I'm thinking, I don't want anything else to do. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
But I have always wanted to do this. I mean, I've always thought we need more conservative voices. We need people who are out talking about what should be done or could be done. What are the options? We need people to say, hey, look, the legislature's not doing this, or, to really do those things. That's why I'm involved in radio, et cetera. And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna see if this is all legit or whatever. And I was like, okay, these people believe the same way, and we're wanting to do the same thing. And I really thought, okay, we'll try this. And if it's terrible, or if it's just too much time or whatever, we'll just abandon ship. Hey, appreciate y'all. But I'm gonna have to say that I have enjoyed it, and I think it's had an impact. And
How long did it
Yes.
take you to tolerate us?
no,
bit?
it was. I thought it was fine from the very, very start.
Yeah.
Didn't y'all? I mean, y'all were probably a little bit more anxious about it.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, y'all were like, we gotta have this and this and this. I'm like,
That was more me.
We're
That
good.
wasn't Amy Beth's
Right.
done radio. She's way chill. I'm the one that was like,
got checklist. We got to be ready.
Yeah.
But I knew if
But
we
the
got
schedule's
along
good.
well, we would the conversation would just
Yeah.
take a life of its own, and then you would look down and go, wow, we've already been here 30 minutes, and so I just knew that if the chemistry was there, that the show would work out well.
did you think that we would make it 52 weeks?
I really thought that was a lot, because I really thought, what are we going to do for 50 something weeks? But I mean, it's blown by. I mean, I can't.
How can you think that? It's like America gets circusier and circusier.
America in
And
decline.
so does
we should be able to talk
Alabama
about it.
every day.
Right,
There's so much to
right.
talk about. And that's the story of us, which is pretty cool because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're growing and we really have a really good base. Like I was at a dinner the other night, and this lady came up to me and she said, I knew I recognized your face, but I couldn't figure out. And then I was like, you're Alabama Unfiltered. And she said, I listened to your podcast with Pat Ellis. She was like, I wanted more Pat Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, maybe a little less silly. I was like, okay, sorry. That was probably all me. I think it's funny, but
it would be boring.
yeah.
I mean, but it is our personalities. We're not. And that's the
Yeah.
other thing. No one's trying to be somebody they're not.
Which is why
and-
radio could be fun too.
right.
Radio
Which
could
is
be
why
fun.
you enjoy
Mhm.
radio, because you have a little more of an outlet for, hey, this is where we're going this week, and we're,
Right. Today I spent an hour reading the Stanford University put out a list of the terms you're not supposed to use anymore on their
okay,
website, and
sure.
it's extensive.
So she
And
did
it's-
just
and
not
it's
talk at all
fun.
when you go to Stanford.
Well, mostly for the rest of the show, I was like, I don't think I can say that. I don't think I can say that either. I don't think it's fascinating. It's
Wait, will
really
you
fun.
send that
It's
to
really
me?
fun to do that. Yeah, I can
Please.
try to find it. Yeah, it's pretty
I
interesting.
think maybe we need to talk about that.
That would be
That's
a good
very-
Like
thing.
on another show.
Well, I don't know, but I think if we get to it,
I'll give you a great example. Okay, this
Okay.
is the one I remember, and I know that it gets people in trouble. But y'all are the right age. Okay.
Okay.
And this is.
I don't know what that means.
Remember,
I'm
you said
scared.
you were 44. You're a pretty old lady.
we are just getting
Re-
cranked up.
Remember
Scott.
when in America we were told you shouldn't say that anyone is black.
Yeah.
They're African American,
Right.
right?
I do.
So
yeah.
we spent all that time
Yeah.
learning. I say African American. I don't say Black Caucus, even though it's called the Black Caucus. I don't say this.
Right.
I say African American. African American. That was the thing. And if you didn't say that, you were a horrible person.
Right.
That has changed.
What am I supposed to be called now?
It's now back to black.
You're black.
Well, that's what I've never
But
said.
how did African American go out of vogue? They literally changed these
think
things.
But they're
about all the
Americans.
ways
As soon
that
as they
they're
get
not
everybody-
all Americans.
Right.
I mean,
I think that's it. They finally got that, like, I'm an American.
like
Right.
it's so ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But it's all the political correct stuff. And I wanted people to notice that, okay, once they get the whole population to change the way they speak, this is not okay. This is what you should say. And when everybody gets on board, then they go, just kidding. Psych.
It's true.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna switch back.
I mean, do you remember when we were very little and people, I mean, Afro American? I mean, like
Right.
the names have changed. And yes, some of them have been absolutely horrific.
Right.
But like, it's just black. Like,
Right.
let's not make it that hard because in Christ, we're
We're
one.
all the same.
We're all the same. So, like,
So-
stop it with the label.
So, like, my child that's Guatemalan,
Right.
do I just call him Brown?
No, they're Latinx. I did learn that today.
what is he like?
Hispanic, the term
American, or
term
does he like
Hispanic
to
is
be-
out. That
Hispanic is out.
Oh, it's not a-
Hispanic is
it's not a
no,
word?
I don't. He's
Hispanic
Guatemalan.
is
I'm
no.
not sure he's actually
You're supposed to
Hispanic.
say
Guatemalan is cool.
Guatemalan American, I think.
But so we can. I mean, I don't think he's offended by Brown, but
Right.
I didn't
I'm
know.
not offended
Okay.
at all. Like it.
What
it
about
just
my
doesn't-
Chinese daughter?
Asian? Is that okay?
I don't know because that's
I know you can't say Oriental.
Is that bad?
Yes,
You can't
Why
say
is
that.
that
They
bad?
even changed the Oriental restaurants. Like you can't say
You
that.
can't say Oriental.
Oriental refers to like a thing, like an Oriental rug, or an Oriental.
Really? Because that was
yes,
not on the list.
Not a
I don't
person.
remember seeing that one.
That's
Yeah.
because no one says it anymore. I would say it's been 10 years, wouldn't you say? That people have
At
stopped
least
saying that?
At least.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't say
You don't
Oriental.
say an Oriental restaurant anymore. You only refer to it as the
Asian.
rug or this piece of decor in your home.
It's Oriental.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but if you're Asian, why are all the Asians lumped into Asian, no matter where they're from, and then other countries get the hyphens?
Oh. So like Asians are
Great
Asians
question.
even in America.
Right.
Mhm.
So, but if you're Chinese, the Chinese don't want to be Japanese. The Japanese don't want to be Chinese. They have their little conflict, and the Koreans don't want to be either one of those. So then we just lump them all together.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I should probably find out. from
I
my
will
kids.
call Stanford and see if they can
Ask them. You know,
let
I'm
us
like,
know
get right
how we
on
should
that.
deal with that. Yeah,
My,
absolutely.
yeah.
Jeb says.
Oh, you
that-
can't be homeless.
No.
You're a person without a house.
Wait, are
most
you
of the words that are
serious?
stricken, the phrase you can use is like the definition of the word.
So it sounds like the progressives have gotten hold of the words and anything
Yes.
that they want to,
They just change it.
run
can't
with
be-
for a mile and make money off of.
Right. You
They've
can't be
changed the words.
blacklisted.
blackballed.
You can't be blackballed. You can't be.
Can you be gumballed?
You can be gumballed. Yes, you can be gumballed.
good.
You can't be. It is
Allison,
fascinating.
I
We need to,
like
we need to do
gumballs.
a,
that word.
we need to do a whole
Love it.
show
Wait.
on what they're trying to figure out. What did you say?
Nothing. We're moving on.
Okay. All right.
We are definitely moving on. It goes along with pineapples.
Oh,
But anyway.
yes. Which after last week's show, I get home, my wife shows up from the grocery store with a pineapple. Put that away. Put it away. Put it away. Don't let anybody see
Did
it.
she know what it meant? Did you take it off
No,
your front
she
door?
didn't.
So sorry.
No, it hasn't been on the front door since the summer.
Okay.
But now I'm like, goodness gracious, I was going to bring it for the Christmas decor, but maybe we'll do it for the New Year's.
I'm just so proud you wore red.
it's
I
Christmas.
really am.
Red on,
I
like,
mean,
I actually
I'm-
thought this is the
fantastic.
only time I've ever thought about
what you're wearing.
what I'm wearing.
I know.
Right.
We can tell.
Yeah.
I know.
Good job.
That's okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do we need to take a break? Because I know you have some super fun things.
Yes.
But I want to talk about Christmas stuff sometime.
Okay,
Well,
we'll
we
talk
can.
about Christmas stuff.
Okay, after the break.
So after the break, we're going to do Alabama or not. I've got some good ones where y'all are going to guess if this actually happened in Alabama.
I won't look
They're
at your
headlines.
computer. All right.
And then we have some this or that, get to know you fun Christmas stuff. And then we're going to talk about our favorite Christmas
That sounds
memories.
like that whole truth or dare or whatever
Yeah,
thing
it's
you want to
kinda
do
like
before.
that.
Is it?
Would you rather?
Yeah,
It's
remember
very
when,
simple.
Yeah, he did not play along. Look at that
Well,
face.
he's going to play along today.
Are you saying we're taking a break
I think we need to take a break
We're taking a
right
break.
now?
to hear from our sponsor.
Let's do it.
What's up, guys? Brian Dawson, CEO of 1819 News here. I want to take a minute to tell you about my good friends over at Centurion Labs. Cold weather is here, and you know what that means. Colds, the flu, and coronaviruses are running rampant. Your immune system needs protection, and that's why I love what my friends over at Centurion Labs are doing. They're always looking for safe, effective, affordable ways to keep you healthy and at your best. Got a cough, sore throat, or a runny nose? You need to check out their Ninja Cough product. You heard me, Ninja Cough. It contains the strongest non-narcotic cough suppressant on the market with no sugar, alcohol, or dyes. So it's safe for everyone, even your kids. Looking to strengthen your immune health, prevent sickness, or fight off the flu, and of course, coronaviruses? Defender Immunity Boost is for you. It is an all-in-one immunity booster that combines vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, copper, and quercetin in just one pill to save you money and help defend your health. Having trouble sleeping? Defender PM is a nighttime immunity booster that will help you get rest and boost your immune health. Now is the time to defend your health, save money, and support a company that shares your Christian values and loves this country. Centurion has dedicated the last 15 years to research and develop safe, effective, and affordable products made in the USA that you can trust. For a limited time, listeners of this podcast can get 20% off their first bottle order when you visit centurionlabs.com/1819news and use the promo code 1819. That's centurionlabs.com/1819news with the promo code 1819. Check them out, guys.
Welcome back into the Christmas edition of Alabama Unfiltered. I hope you're enjoying the program. Don't forget, as we come out of this break, to go to all the places where you listen to or watch your podcast. Give us a thumbs up, 5 stars. Let people know about the show. That is how we grow. And don't forget, this is powered by 1819 News. So check out 1819news.com. Sign up for their newsletters and the daily detail so we can all continue to grow and serve you better. So, ladies, we're back.
We are back. Allison, I think you have some stories for us.
So, maybe the world has calmed down a little bit, but if y'all remember, we did Alabama or not a while ago.
We did.
Probably
one of my
almost a year
favorites.
ago.
It's been
That was
a
one of the
long time.
early
I
things
love
we
it.
did.
It was fun, but I still have some kind of crazy stories. So y'all are going to tell me if this is Alabama or not.
All right, and
Okay.
I'm looking away only because I don't want to read your computer screen.
Because you can, okay.
Because I can see
I was
it.
afraid that I could
know.
read her face so I can get them all right. So,
So there's a Republican congressional winner that has now it's been found out that their entire resume apparently is a lie. So they said they attended NYU. The school has no record of a student matching their name or birthday. They said they graduated from Baruch College. No record. They said
is there a Baruch College?
Yes,
Really?
Is that how you say it?
Where is Baruch?
BARUCH.
it's up north somewhere.
Just up there somewhere.
At least you'd have been, look, when
It's
I
not
went to a
Beirut.
small Christian school, we knew of all the other small schools.
It might be Baruch.
Baruch.
Baruch College.
Okay, Baruch.
The Republican supposedly worked at Citigroup as an associate asset manager, but Citigroup doesn't even have a job with that title.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they change them all the time. It
And
could
they
have been 20 years ago.
said he also said that he worked at Goldman Sachs, but that came to a surprise to Goldman Sachs. So we have this congressional newly
How didn't they know
elected,
to go after that? But you know what I'm saying? If you and I called Goldman Sachs and said, hey, did Allison Sinclair ever work for you? They're like, we'll get back to you sometime. I mean, they're never looking that up. So they knew they were on the hunt somehow.
I guess I kind of gave it away.
I'm going not Alabama.
I'm going not.
It's
Alabama.
not Alabama. Okay?
Okay.
It's George Santos, who is from Long Island. Okay. So he's a newly elected Republican. He's interesting. He's a gay Republican, was elected in this district up in Long Island.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing to answer, like apparently he made up his entire
Really?
resume.
And they elected him,
And they elected him.
and they did not have any idea.
We elect people that are unqualified all the time. I mean, what's the difference in
Well, just say
just
you're
say it.
unqualified. Just
Yeah.
say it. Because if we
Right,
elected people
right.
who we thought were qualified
Right.
who are terrible.
Right. Right.
Just
So-
be honest.
And maybe he'll be better if he actually didn't go to NYU. Maybe he went to,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He could be. He's like,
Common
I'm
Sense
just kidding.
University.
But
Obviously not, because he lied.
I think the reason why people are looking into it is because he's a Republican,
Right.
and
That's a
they
good point.
probably
And they
want
probably
to take
wish
him
they
down.
could make him step down. You need
well,
to retire.
they're already saying
resign.
he should resign.
Why?
They're already talking about that because he misled the public and he should step
We
down.
were told that Joe Biden was mentally capable of being being president. So what's the difference?
So, but what do you think about that? I mean, like whether they're looking into it for political, nefarious reasons or not, he still is starting his, like he lied. He lied. His entire campaign, his entire self
Right.
is based off this false.
So is his name really Santos, or is he somebody else too?
Well, how
Good
about this?
question.
Here's the deal. We have a country, I'm thinking of Bill Clinton, and
Okay.
I did not have sex with that woman.
Didn't inhale.
Didn't inhale. It depends on what is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are going to come after that guy, then you have to explain why you just, we did what we did to Bill Clinton, but he still stayed president.
Right.
That really kind of was a watershed moment where things ceased meaning what they used to mean.
Mhm.
And now you've got a Republican. If this were a Democrat, would we even hear about it?
No, we wouldn't.
I mean,
Look, let's be honest. Where was Barack Obama born?
we don't. America. He was
Somewhere.
born in America.
He was born on the earth. He's
On
a
the
citizen of the world.
Is the earth flat?
What were his grades? Didn't he go to Columbia?
We don't know that.
We don't know
do
his
not
grades
that.
either, do we?
No, we don't.
Did he say he was a foreign student to get financial aid and stuff
Yes,
like
he
that?
did.
Well, it's funny because the left will come after George Santos
Right.
and demand transparency and honesty, but
And he needs
They
to
will-
resign.
And, yeah.
yeah,
And
he
back
needs
to
resign.
and back to Joe Biden. I mean, the entire machinery of the left said Joe Biden is fine. He's competent. He doesn't have any psychological or mental issues. He's awesome. We need to make him president, and they did everything to make him president. So they lied to us every single day. So my thing about him is Santos is, yeah, you shouldn't lie the whole 9 yards. But if I was him, I would.
How do you
I
feel
would-
as a voter? Like if that's you just elected this congressman to go to DC,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel when you realize his entire resume? Does that change? Does it change? the way
I
you
would
feel?
have issues. I mean, I
Yeah.
would be like, man, but think about it. Almost every Republican that we elect say, we're very conservative and we'll fight for you.
And then they lied.
And then they go
Yeah,
and
but that's really there's a lot. It takes a lot of gumballs to actually
just make it up
write
completely.
those things down. I mean, to totally.
Right.
Yeah, because let's
No, I
face
agree.
it. So
I mean, I think it depends on his voters. If he gets out in front of it, which now he has to say, I lied to you.
Right.
oh no,
We're
he's just
pretty-
saying no comment.
We're pretty forgiving as Americans if we'll just say, I lied to you. Here's how I'm going to be held accountable for future comments. Or the people may say, no, you need to go ahead and step down. We're done. But I think if he does stay in office, then he is going to have to push back and continually point out all the things we didn't know about Obama, all of the things, just his grades. Everybody calm down. Just
I'm okay
his
with the other.
grades, all the other things, Biden being a stellar guy, and just put that back in their face all the time because that's
Right.
where we're really
Right.
bad.
Because here's the real problem. The balance of power in the U.S. House is so thin
Yes.
that's why they want to get rid of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And part of me from a strategic standpoint says, no, he was elected.
Right.
And we'll get somebody new in 2 years. That's the way this works.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on the people.
Shame-
Maybe you
shame-
blame the
shame
people.
on,
for
shame
not
on
doing-
him and
yeah.
shame on the people.
Yeah,
and
for not doing their homework.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
How did they miss that? Did he win an election he wasn't supposed to win like it was a miracle? Because opposition research,
Yeah,
you
I
would
don't know.
think
That's
would-
what this
would
article
figure
talks
some of
about.
that
Like,
out.
how did the Democrats not figure this out
Right.
beforehand? Because
Yeah.
normally that would come out.
They probably
It is-
really
it
did
is
think he was gonna
strange.
win.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I would be disappointed. I mean, I would be like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Here we go.
Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
Yeah.
Here
Oh,
we go.
great.
Another one.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't look into him because he had the LGBTQ tag. I mean, you
no, I mean, I
you're
did think
somewhat
about that.
protected
I
by
think
that.
that is
Yeah.
one of those traits on the intersectional chart.
Maybe
that-
he's not really LGBTQ either.
Oh, you should probably look for a wife.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you think that part's true?
I think that part's true.
Mm.
Interesting.
The man can dress too. Like,
Are you?
he is-
You're answering that based on
mean,
his dress?
No, it was a separate thought. It just happened to come after that. But
You're
like,
he
he really
must be
does.
because he can
He's
dress.
sharp.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
You're saying well, you can't say. Oh, that's you also can't say
You can't-
straight anymore.
no.
That's bad.
Oh, really?
You can't.
you
What-
can't say
Are
straight.
we cisgender? Is
No,
that
it's
what we
you
are?
can go full out heterosexual.
Heterosexual.
But you have to
Just
say
can't
that.
say
You can't say straight. Right.
Sure.
I forgot
Okay.
why.
Okay, but you can say gay, but you can't say straight.
You can say yes, gay. I think
Gay
gay
is
is gay is
special.
okay.
Okay,
gay
but
is okay.
gay is okay, but
Right. Gay is
straight is
extra.
not okay.
You get extra points for gay.
So we have
Straight.
no points at all.
None. We're like negative. Start out negative.
I may have a tiny point.
You do have a
with
point
a little
for being,
bit of melanin
for being
you know?
not African American.
No, I am
being black.
not. Yes. Okay.
Interesting.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I'll get y'all up to speed.
Teach us because we
We
need
might
to know.
need to do a show on this.
I think so.
we
It's
can
great. I
educate
spent an
everyone.
hour, and I think everybody else was bored, but I was like, I would read
No,
a
I
line.
think
I'm
it's
like,
fascinating.
You've got to be kidding me.
Well, I think we'll know what we're going to talk
it's
about
amazing.
next week.
For the week
Yeah.
after Christmas.
Yes, we are.
So that everybody will know for the new year. We'll all.
Yeah, it's
Let's
your
start off
dictionary,
right.
everyone. I think you need some
Educated.
big glasses.
It's our, what do you
like
call it when you make these promises that you're not going to keep in the new year? What is it called?
Resolution.
Resolutions.
Yes. Those are lies.
Ooh, I have
That's
some
Latin for
I was
lies.
gonna say lies.
lies. All of
We're
them.
lying to everybody else and
I like
ourselves.
that. I'm going to set some new lies for the new year.
And not be disappointed when they don't come true. Save myself the
Oh
trouble.
my goodness. All right.
Okay.
Okay,
all
number
right.
2.
Okay, because I want to ask y'all y'all's favorite Christmas. What's something that
We'll
you
get there.
remember? I know it's kind of corny. It's kind of like go around the room and say something about yourself, which I hate. That's a girl thing. I don't know why y'all do that. They do it at
'Cause we want
Sunday
to know
school
each other.
sometimes, but it's terrible.
Well, let her ask us one more
Okay,
Alabama or
one
not.
more.
And
Wait,
then
this is
we'll,
only one more? I got 3 more.
She has 3 more.
We'll do
We
it
don't
fast.
have to talk about them as
We'll
much.
do it
We
fast.
might.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go. All right, paying
so
attention.
Alabama or not, the IT department of a university sent out a notice saying that the popular video sharing app TikTok would be banned on campus Wi-Fi and devices.
Alabama.
Alabama.
But y'all know this.
Yeah.
Then the IT department tweeted a link and it's now been removed. The school's IT page posted an update saying, "We are monitoring the developments related to accessing TikTok and we will provide information as we receive it. Check back later for more information." So Auburn University
Mm-hmm.
is going to ban TikTok on any Wi-Fi on the university campus.
Mhm.
At least they
That's-
have some sense.
I was shocked because
I'm impressed.
these college kids might die.
They may die. I mean, they
Die
may
suddenly
they'll just
is
turn
about
their
to
head and
explode.
They'll just
fall
use their
over.
cell service, though. It doesn't. They're still.
Well, I
be
know, but, like,
looking at TikTok.
I appreciate a university is going to say, we know that we're being spied on
right.
with this app, and we're going to shut
So
it
what
down.
really is starting the whole anti-TikTok thing? Because when Donald Trump said, "Hey, this TikTok thing is like is spyware," they're like, "Oh no, we're standing with TikTok."
know.
And now it's kind of like
It's taken off. I don't know what it is, but it makes me a little
there
nervous.
must be some conservative stuff on there. One of my kids was telling me the other day that there's a lot of I don't know if they're called memes, but there's a lot of these little TikTok videos where there's college kids and high school kids going, "This is me saying all the answers about diversity, equity, inclusion that I don't believe. This is how you," and so they're like,
Yes,
they're
like how
mocking
you
all
get
these,
through-
right, they're
yes.
mocking all these liberal
Oh.
things, and I'm wondering if that's made some of the,
Interesting.
the powers that be
Good
start to get a little
thought.
sensitive
Okay.
about it. They don't like this rebellious nature that's
Yeah.
bubbling.
They're using their tools against them.
right. Maybe
We're on TikTok.
we are.
Yeah.
You're
Stop.
not because
Oh,
you never
that's
make
true.
any of the videos.
And
I
mine
don't
get kicked
dance
off.
very well.
Hers get
though.
kicked off.
Yours are
Mine's-
kicked off
yeah,
from
mine get-
TikTok.
Yeah.
You say something about
She
the
said
Chicons?
dude.
I say lots of things that I get kicked off. So I'm just like, and I'm going to
I think
just
she
stay
called
on
Leah
Instagram.
Thomas a dude, and then
I called Leah
He
Thomas
is
a dude.
dude.
And then I did something else. I did like 2 in a row that one took 8 seconds.
it really was
Like 8 or 7 seconds. Like it was just up and then boom, gone. So I was like,
How
I
did they
think I'll
scan
not-
it that fast?
Because I have keywords in there.
Oh, do you have to put a little key? Oh, you said the keywords.
I said
is
the
that right?
keywords. I didn't
I
know
think
you're not
that
supposed
it's
to say
like
the
flagged.
keywords.
Oh, Are there code words we
Maybe it
can
was
use where
7
people
minutes.
know
It
what
was
we're
fast.
talking
It was very fast.
I don't know.
Okay, next one.
about? Have you been kicked off? Or were you been all soft and squishy?
She hadn't been soft and squishy.
Has she not?
No, it's
She
really
just-
weird because I don't know how it's
She's
different
on
than yours.
the government monitor list. I don't know how you're not on
Maybe.
there.
Great.
They spelled it. They misspelled Allison. It
Don't
was
tell
one
me
They
how
L.
to
don't know
spell
it's
your
me.
name.
One L Allison
Yeah.
is on the
Each
government
week on the
list. Two
show, we
L
need
is
to
not.
reconfigure the spelling of our name, and that way it'll keep them off track.
Like my most popular one was about the World Economic Forum, and
Mhm.
I would think that would get like fast. Anyway, okay, so on the first day of Hanukkah, this local newspaper put out a crossword puzzle in the shape of a swastika.
I know. I know where this came from.
Not Alabama.
Not Alabama, because I was in the city when.
Where that happened?
The New
Mhm.
York Times.
The New York Times did that?
Yeah.
You need to
Yes.
look this up.
You need to see if it's the Raelian thing or if it's swastika. Look it up.
It's
I think
clearly purposeful, though.
it's awful.
Really?
Very first day of Hanukkah,
I'll
they
show
put
you.
out this crossword puzzle. And this is right after it says they published a piece slamming the Israeli prime minister as an extremist and warning that Israeli democracy is at risk.
That's clearly a swastika.
Yeah, obviously. Everybody Google New York Times crossword and it'll come up. It's the first thing that'll come up.
And they had like,
Didn't they?
the creators were like, it's so creative and we love it. And it's so,
Were
I
you
mean-
smoking pot when you did this? What?
but it's pot's legal. So you can't even
Oh,
use
you're
that.
right. It
Can't
does
use
smell
that.
very
Yeah,
bad.
you
on the
gotta
streets
go,
of New
like,
York City.
up
We
to
were there
meth.
this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that New York was so they're going to have where you can sell marijuana?
Oh, it's right
apparently.
on the street.
Guess who gets the first licenses? People who had been previously convicted of selling drugs.
Oh, great.
I'm like, oh, that'll work out perfectly.
Okay.
What?
Yes. So the formerly convicted, which you can't say convict anymore either. That's a bad one.
Did you say incarcerated individual?
Yes, people who have been incarcerated.
Sure.
Persons
Persons
who have been incarcerated. Yes. Oh, and you can't say chairwoman. You know, I'm like totally opposed to saying congresswoman just
Yeah.
because it's annoying. And I'm just now kind of maybe said that twice. That's also bad. You can't
You
say
say congressperson?
Congressperson. So you're not a congressman or a congresswoman. We're going all the way to congressperson.
You know what? I reject that because you're either a dude or a lady.
You
So
said
that's why
dude.
you get bumped off the TikToks.
That's exactly.
Sorry. Okay.
Beep.
Okay. Oops. I'm off.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Two grandmas, 61 and 85, have a trial set tomorrow, have been arrested for feeding feral stray cats. Taken away in handcuffs,
That's
thrown
tough.
in the back of the car, and
Feeding stray cats. Not Alabama. Going not.
It's Alabama.
Wetumpka.
No.
But tell them why.
Wetumpka.
Why were they?
Well,
What?
they said they were trespassing. They were on.
They were feeding
They
somebody
were
else's
on-
stray cats?
Were they not also like spay and neutering the cats?
Yes,
too?
they were spaying and
Manually?
neutering.
No.
I'm like, come on.
They
we
were
gotta do some
arrested.
spaying and some
Okay,
neutering.
Okay, listen, they were arrested on public property in downtown Wetumpka while they were attempting to feed and trap stray cats. Once the cats were trapped, the women pay to have them neutered and either work to get them adopted or return them to the stray
So
colony.
what's the crime? Grandma,
They
the two
said that they
grandmas are-
were bringing in, let's see, the animals created a nuisance because it attracts more cats to the area when they're feeding them. And then they got them on trespassing, even though it's public property. Like this made it all the way to CBS. CBS,
That's
Nightly
embarrassing.
I'm
news.
very confused about all this.
it's so embarrassing. It literally 85 and 61-year-old
Leave
women
them alone.
that are just trying to like
they're trying to
do the right thing.
they're trying
We've
to
lost our
limit
minds.
the population of cats.
Yeah.
And no
I don't-
cat came from like 25 miles. There's not a cat TikTok where they're going, hey, there's some, how y'all
I'll
dance
meet you in the
TikTok?
parking lot.
There's some free food over at Wetumpka.
You do
Let's
the gritty?
try. Let's travel. And what is the sprinkler system?
Yeah.
The sprinkler. There's free food in Wetumpka. Let's travel 20 miles there. Every cat
Listen.
they caught was a stray Wetumpka cat.
Yeah. Their trial is today, actually. Today. We're going to have to see how it
Godspeed
goes.
to you people.
We'll
What do you think they
report
do?
next
Do you
week.
think they do a you're guilty $5 fine? One of those kind of things
if
where they can
put
say
the
you're guilty.
ladies in prison, I'm going to bail them out.
We
what
need
we
to
need to
take a
do.
field trip.
And we'll go
interview.
down there and visit them and bring them cookies.
Well, apparently, like the 85-year-old little lady hasn't even eaten. She's been so upset, like she hasn't been able to
it's
eat.
insane.
Yeah.
Why would you? I don't
have a
get
heart.
it.
You say you don't want more cats and dogs, especially cats, because they're like rabbits.
Everybody hates cats.
Everybody doesn't hate cats.
I don't
We
hate
don't
cats.
hate cats.
Red-blooded Americans hate cats.
No, red-blood.
Do you have a cat that comes to you when you call it?
Yes.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, see, those aren't real cats. Real cats don't care if you call them. But if you have a
I mean, I
cat
would agree
that
with
My cat
comes
comes
to
with
it,
with that.
I
have
would
two
not. I'm like,
cats,
why
one
do you have
outside,
a
one
pet that
in.
doesn't come to you
They
when you
both
call
come
it?
because I feed it.
But don't y'all both have cats that like roll or slide or something?
Yes,
when you,
we do.
Isn't it sad when you're like, so you
It's
do
more
you not?
gliding.
Mine hops.
Slither.
She's a kickstand, you know.
She has 3
Your
legs. Mine only
slithers.
has 2. Yeah. It's bad.
Do you know
If you
why?
had come
do
to
you
the
know why
Christmas
y'all are
party-
upset about the ladies?
Because that's us. It is us.
Yes.
Both of ours were.
Maybe not that far in the future.
My cat was found in a box in a parking lot. Yours
My cat was found
in a ditch.
in a parking lot.
Parking lot too in Wetumpka.
In Chris's parking
Mine was
lot.
Coleman.
Mine
Where
was
was
in
your
Homewood,
Homewood?
in the edge of the parking lot, little tiny Geppetto by itself. And somebody brought this 1 pound, actually a half-ounce cat up to Chris and said
Half
she
ounce?
wanted. Oh, it was so tiny. It was 2
Half
weeks old.
ounce?
It was 2 weeks. I mean,
Half
half
pound.
Half pound, sorry.
Oh,
Half
gosh.
pound cat. It was so small, it could not even walk, couldn't eat. And they said, "Do you want this cat?" And Chris called me. He was like, "Well, we have a cat." So
Y'all, I'm getting ready to sneeze.
sorry,
Just
I said
thinking
a half
about a
ounce.
cat.
That's like such a dingbat thing
Okay,
to say.
I'm
I
gonna
know
stop.
it's half a pound. Anyway, yeah, we have crazy cats.
Go ahead.
we
Just
can't
right
help
on
it.
the
No,
show.
I mean,
just
I
right
really
at the
want it.
camera.
It was
Just,
fine.
just
Right
it'll
on.
Look, yes. It
It's
looks like
fine. It's
raining at the
fine.
ball game.
So, okay, you want to talk about Christmas?
Yeah, that's all
I
I have.
wanted to because it's
Okay,
the
well, now
Christmas
we're gonna talk
special.
about
We have
Christmas.
time.
I just
Now
wanted
it's
to
time.
know, like, is it what? When does it become Christmas for you? Like, when does Christmas
Yesterday.
season actually start?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. What,
Yes,
what caused
my
it?
baby daughter was
When your baby
born,
daughter, okay.
And her birthday is a week before Christmas. And so when I am done with her birthday,
Then it's Christmas.
then I can finally enjoy Christmas. I don't,
Okay.
because I'm thinking birthday, I'm not thinking Christmas. Now I'm doing all the shopping and all
Right,
the
right,
things.
right. But for
But
officially
when
for
my
you,
head hit the pillow last night after we bowled so many games for the kids who didn't want to bowl anymore,
right,
I was like, it's
in your
finally
bowling
Christmas.
alley at your house.
I just in the bowling alley that's near us.
Oh, okay. I thought it
We
was in your
bowl- yeah,
house.
it's not in my house.
That would be cool.
So
That would
that.
be
How
cool.
about you?
Well, I'm having guilt because Jennings' birthday is December 16th. And like,
Oh, yeah,
she's
so
not
she has
even
to-
like, what was that?
That was me.
Something's broke.
It's all good.
It's okay.
It's just my phone.
She's not even usually a thought to me. Isn't that awful? Like, we decided this year.
Oh, because Christmas is
Because her
dominating.
yes, because Christmas is, and actually
Right.
this year we decided we were going to do a half birthday, and she wants to do that because she's like, I just get all these gifts, and then I have to like plan for the whole year of getting gifts. So if we do a half birthday like in July, which would work out better, you know.
So she's
because
going to have like a.
July 16th birthday. So
Really?
that she doesn't.
So she's
Or
not.
that would be June. June 16th is 6 months. Sorry. Tennessee education.
Right.
Um,
Summer
The
birthday.
guy
Let's
said
do
half
summer
ounce
birthday.
earlier.
Summer birthday. But anyway, so for me, I should probably think about that more. But the day after Thanksgiving, I make it
So
through
you
Thanksgiving.
start day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's
some
when you
people
can listen
seem-
to Christmas music. That's when
Okay.
you can start putting
And you
things
start
up.
feeling it, like because I
Yeah.
really kind of think for me Christmas is when school gets out for Christmas. So those years
Oh,
where they push it
yeah,
all the way
yeah.
back to like the 22nd or
Yeah.
something, the Christmas season is
really
3 days.
short.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when it starts. But it's changing a little bit, and you know this as the kids grow up. You don't have that marked day. Okay, all the kids are home and all that kind of stuff.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of that.
It's I mean, I'll do all the stuff starting the day after Thanksgiving. But I think mine is I have one the week before Christmas and I have one the week after.
Oh shoot.
Wow.
So
what
I-
big romantic holiday was?
You know, so I think that's probably why my brain compartmentalizes.
Are all your kids born
it.
like in that same time
No,
period?
I've got a
What's
fall
happening in
and
March?
a
That's what I'm thinking. It's not
happy
Valentine's.
things.
Spring
And
break.
then I do have one in March. I do
Woo,
have one. So there you go.
The beach.
How did you know?
That warm weather. Sorry,
never
Chris.
mind. No, he will get a kick out of this. Very much.
Willie.
Yeah, he'll think
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
What's your
Um,
all's favorite Christmas tradition, like in your family?
Christmas Eve service.
Yeah, I would say. Well, even with
'Cause
the Christmas Eve
everybody's home.
service, it has always been like the church Christmas pageant, which has historically been a big event, and they've kind of changed it to an outdoor kind of drive through old Bethlehem
Yeah.
story of Jesus kind of thing. So getting to do that, that's kind of probably been the big thing, the big tradition that we do. We have a Christmas Eve service, but I really think the Christmas pageant, as they
My
always
grandparents
say,
had one of those, a living
is-
Christmas tree.
is always the thing.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
I
How
was
about
just
you?
gonna say the monkey bread on Christmas.
Monkey bread. We're going.
Monkey bread is phenomenal.
Is that? Do y'all make it?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have
the
to
big
make
I
old.
only make it once a year.
Really?
It is very time
But I can say
consuming.
it's Jesus.
It's his
something
favorite
No, it really
churchy.
is. I do love Christmas Eve service and the candles and the
Mm-hmm.
I need to ask you off
Something.
air where y'all are going to go.
off air.
Okay.
After Christmas or for Christmas? Are y'all going somewhere for Christmas?
No.
No,
just
like where we go.
We're in the same boat.
Oh,
And so
for the
I
You
just
same-
need to
know.
right,
ask
Oh
a
wait,
question.
you're not Brian. Brian on his podcast called me out the other day and was like, "Where are you going to church, Allison?" I'm like, "Well, that's the $1 million question."
'Cause
That's
we're
like-
both
yeah.
searching.
Well, y'all could drive to Gardendale where people
Gardendale
God's
is awesome.
country.
believe in God.
And they
We thought Wetumpka people did too, but now they're
But now they're arresting all the old
I know.
ladies,
I mean-
chasing the cats down.
Thanks, Judge.
Right?
We'll have to follow up on that.
So how old were you when you first remembered, oh, this is Christmas, this is awesome?
Like
how
the first
young?
Christmas I remember.
Yeah, you have a legit memory.
Okay, we moved when I was, so I would say 3, 4, something like that. We still lived in Gadsden by the old, where the Goodyear plant was in Gadsden, or is. Well, I guess was now. And I only remember 2 things. And one was a purple Nerf football.
I can see that in my mind.
And the other one was a little Matchbox car that was in a
Mm-hmm.
tiny little stocking, hung on like that's the 2 gifts that I remember:
Yeah.
the football and the Matchbox car.
That's
And I
so
still have the
interesting.
Matchbox car. I can bring it next week.
Aw,
Oh, you have to bring it. Oh, you're like Chris. His mom saved all his toys
I still
too.
have it.
that's so cute.
How about
The
you?
football, long time. It chewed up a long time ago.
But those were fun footballs,
Yes.
and they were easy
Oh, they
to
were
throw.
awesome. Yes.
Because you didn't, you
And
know,
that's a long
if it
time
didn't
ago.
bop
Yeah,
you
that
in the
is.
face, you were still
That's
That's
okay.
almost,
Or it
yeah,
did.
40 plus years. What do you remember? First, what gifts do you remember first? Or first Christmas?
Yeah. Well, I do y'all do Santa?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because Santa's real.
Thought y'all were gonna judge me.
No, I mean, I don't even know.
Okay,
Okay.
but I have a
I
funny
don't even
story
understand what
about
you're
that.
talking about.
Okay. So I think I was like in first grade, and we had a cat. Her name was Prissy.
Do you have all her legs?
And she had all her legs.
Oh,
She
wow.
was very fluffy. She was kind of mean.
Old
She was
school
one of
cat.
those cats that you
That
don't
you
like.
just fed and she
Yeah.
thought she was God.
But my mom, I guess I was sleeping with my mom that night. It was just me and my mom. And I didn't know. Oh, this is ironic. We had like a little statue of a cat. I
Okay.
guess my mom really liked cats by the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the cat knocked over the statue of the cat.
Oh, dear.
And I sat straight up and I just knew it was Santa. And that was the coolest thing ever. Like, I was scared to get up. I didn't go look.
Right.
My mom, I think I woke her up and she was like, it's just Santa, go back to sleep. But
Right.
that's the first time I really remember thinking this is pretty cool. Like, that fat man just
Right.
came down my chimney. He
Right.
messed up a bit
Right.
because I've never
Well,
heard him.
Right.
But we woke up and that cat was knocked over and I was like, I don't know. I just remember a Cabbage Patch doll is the first gift I remember. And that was a big deal.
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
with
and
all
that,
the paperwork and
that took some
you know,
work.
I got
the
a
signature on the
photo.
butt.
Cabbage Patch doll, but she was Amanda. Special nonetheless.
a what kind
You
of
didn't
Cabbage
get a
Patch
real
doll?
one?
What's the
No.
difference?
Bless you.
Oh, you got papers? You got adoption papers?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
she had
So
her
you didn't
own
have all the
little thing?
legal work.
I didn't have the legal work.
So yours was like a
mine was like me.
Cabbage
you know?
Patch
You're like, here you
trafficking.
go. Yeah, it was. It was. And she was cute though, because we had a lady who could make them almost identical.
really.
Yeah. She was, I loved my Amanda. I loved her.
What
But I
happened to
didn't
her?
have the, yeah,
Did she go to the thrift store? Or did you leave her somewhere?
probably left her.
Oh, Amanda.
Poor Amanda. She's still
Yeah.
at the McDonald's and
All right.
New Jersey
So
somewhere.
when did you both stop believing?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's a family show.
Gosh.
I'm not even doing that.
I
You
have
can't
to
answer that.
I'm going to answer it because it was a traumatic event in my life.
Well,
I'm in 5th
All
grade.
sorts of children watch this show.
Well, turn it off because I'm going to tell the story because I'm
In
still
3,
traumatized
2, 1.
because it was never the same. So it's Miss Scarborough's 5th grade class. She was the classic teacher that closed her cardigan and carried her purse.
Right.
Anyway, and it was getting close to Christmas, and Rebecca Kate and I were the only 2 left in this 5th grade class that
Mhm.
still believed in Santa. And like, I feel like in my head, she and I were backed up against the air conditioner, and like the whole class was
Right.
like in cartoons
Yeah.
where they're like, ah!
Right.
Okay, that's what it was. And I remember going home that day and just being like, how could you not tell me? Like, I was so
Right.
felt betrayed by my mom, and I was so upset. And then I was like, and I get it. It's about Jesus, and I
Right.
know that. Like,
Right.
okay. But like there's something that after that, it just was never the same.
Mhm.
I was really devastated. I mean, I was in 5th grade. That's
Yeah.
old. That's old. I think
I
I
know
just
some folks that made it past that. but-
really.
Mhm.
Would that be you?
No, well, I really don't even know when that happened for me, but I do know some that were ready to fight for
Hey.
people that said, I'm like, hey, look, stand for your thing. But kids love to kind of bust that bubble for other kids.
Yeah.
My son
I had to
got
put some
himself
stop on that. I'm
kicked
like-
out of carpool because he told in the 4th or 5th grade.
He was busting
4th
everybody else's
grade,
bubble.
It was a fun group of ladies, and
Right.
we all had kids at different schools, so we'd
Mhm.
go like a bus between all
Right.
the schools. And one day around Christmas, he was like, he's not real. Well, I think it was the next day. The mom was like, I'm sorry, we've decided to
Oh,
do a different pickup drop off for carpool. And I was like, what has happened? Because one mom
Right.
was on fire
Right.
about the whole Santa. I wanted him to believe a little bit longer. I'm like, for
Right.
the love of all that's good and holy. They were already in 4th grade.
Right.
Lady, come
Right.
on.
yeah.
Right.
Like, come on. And so, they kicked us out of carpool. And I had to drive the rest of the way for the year by myself. And I
Right.
was like, so then he went and promptly told Molly,
And
it's
then-
not real.
And
Santa's
then you
not
were
real.
like, what the heck? You're out of carpool.
Like,
You're out of my
guys,
carpool.
come on.
Right. That's the thing. I
So-
mean, of course, now I long for the days when just telling them that was
Yeah.
taking stuff away. Now the school system itself
Yeah.
does way worse.
Yeah.
Winter-
Telling them
Right.
why that girl has a penis.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You may not call her anymore.
Oh my goodness, that is
Wow.
good. Wow.
So when we
Okay.
come back, it'll be post Christmas, and I need everybody to
It'll be New Year's.
wear all their new things and bring all their fun gifts, their Hot Wheels and their
Okay.
Baby Alives, and
I love
their-
my Baby
I did
Alive.
love
Did
Baby
you have a
Alives.
Baby
Baby
Alive?
Alive.
Is
My
that the one that
buddy
was supposed to?
My buddy.
Yeah.
What was Baby Alive? They drank and peed.
Yeah, and they
Yes.
poop.
You just had
She'd
to-
go to the bathroom, like
they
you
pooped?
feed her. Yeah. It
When
went
she
straight
cried,
through.
you had to go.
Oh, it was magic.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
remember that one.
It was magic.
Well, you know what? I may bring a picture. I don't have her, but
I bet
You
they
just
make a version.
discarded all your baby dolls.
I am. I'm going to tell you something about myself.
you-
This is not good.
You're a purger, aren't you?
I am
Not a hoarder,
purger.
but a purger.
I am not sentimental. I
Yeah.
prefer to remember things versus taking pictures of things because I want to be there.
Oh wow.
And
I agree
it's
with that.
not
Like
good.
sporting events,
It's not
You're not
good.
really there if you're looking
Mm-mm.
through the camera.
And it's terrible because our mothers have given us all these things over the years. and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I'm a
Yeah.
horrible human being. I have nothing. So I've saved dresses. I've
Mm-hmm.
saved little things here and there. But we love to clean things out once a year and
So
just
there's no
get rid of
stuffed
things.
animal for a grandchild that was yours?
There's a couple things.
Okay.
But there's not many things. When somebody
What's the
hands me a
grandchild
box
getting?
filled of thing,
Right.
my love. She's getting my love.
Very good
Aw.
answer.
So weird.
It's not good.
They
I'm
want-
not
they want
good.
to
Like I
spend
should
time.
be more, but I'm not attached. And I've been that way since I was little. I don't like that about me.
So your husband has to be very careful.
So yeah.
It's like,
Very
your
good.
time's up. We're purging.
But I figured that out about me in college when I was like, oh, I kind of am like, I look. At
I
the
need a little
situation,
bit
I
more of
feel
that,
away, but
'cause
I'm-
I keep
I
stuff.
gotta work
yeah,
on
that's
that.
so weird because she is so much sweeter than me. You're
Mm-hmm.
not, but she is so much sweeter than me, and I have everything. Like I have every little league jersey. I have all the Thomas the Trains. I have Jennings
from when you were
first
little,
base.
or from,
No, from my
from the kids.
And like I'm not a sentimental person at all,
Right.
but like maybe I am, but I've kept it all, which is
Oh,
weird.
I keep their paintings. I have all their paintings.
Oh, I got
From
all
the
those.
schools?
It's
Yeah,
just-
I got the
that's
paintings. I've got
interesting.
You don't keep the
clothes.
jerseys?
I do
you
have the
can-
jerseys.
okay, 'cause you
but
can
those
make
are
like
some
a
of the
huge-
things. Quilt.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got their paintings and I've got some of those things. But like boxes and boxes of toys that the moms hand over.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, here. Like, I don't want these. And it turns out I do because now Rosie has things to play with because they're Christmas toys.
Oh.
But
Way
yeah,
to
Or
go,
Christmas
Chris.
toys.
Yeah, and
That's good
that's
of
weird.
you.
I would not
Yeah.
have. I would have thought you would have been like us.
No, I'll cry at the drop of a hat. But sentimental, I am not.
Interesting.
I just have a
See,
few things.
learned something this Christmas edition of
Yeah, my
Alabama
husband's probably like,
Unfiltered.
it's true. She's
Yeah.
not.
I'm just bothered that I'm more like Allison.
I'm sorry. My
No.
daughter says that too. She's like, Mom,
She's
if
bothered
we
that
look
she's more
alike,
like you?
does that mean I'm going to act like you? Like she's terrified.
Honey.
That is
Yes,
fantastic.
you do want to look like your mom.
Well,
And she will. She's going to act just like me. And it's going to be funny. I'm going to
Don't
love
you
it.
love it as it
I love
slowly
it.
seeps in? You're like,
It's,
uh-huh.
you can't fight it. Well, no, you can, but it happens.
At some point, you just surrender.
and just give in.
Yeah.
And my mother.
Be like your mom.
Well, I hope y'all have a great. I about said Thanksgiving. Oh, we're not
well,
going
that's
back.
the start of Christmas for you. So
Hope y'all have a great Christmas.
y'all too.
Yeah.
I look forward to next year.
Shoot,
By the
I
way.
meant to bring y'all's Christmas cards. I was gonna. I'll put them in the mail. I did.
Well, and we
You aren't
will. You
getting
have to
Christmas
bring
cards from
like
me.
a
We quit doing
Christmas.
Christmas cards.
I'm not good at Christmas cards. I admire people who
Gave it
do.
up. I know. I'm very impressed.
Chris can do that. I am not.
I'll tell you what. You send me yours, I will sign it and send it back. And you're like, I got a Christmas card for Scott.
Look at that. I have his
Awesome.
autograph.
All right, then.
No, I just want to send it to you, even if it gets there on Christmas Day. Will you put it up
That's
like
so
for a day or
sweet.
two?
Yeah, where do you want me to put it? Like
On
the
your
mantle?
bedside table.
Bedside table. That's
Yeah.
what I'll do. These
Hey,
are my
I'm
friends.
so thankful to work with her.
Yeah.
Night night.
She's sunshine.
What a blessing.
I love her so much.
That's what I'll be thinking. Yes.
Well, okay.
Awesome.
I think
So, Merry
No, y'all
Christmas,
really do have a
everybody.
Merry Christmas. And everybody out there have a Merry Christmas. This has been the Christmas edition of Alabama Unfiltered. We appreciate you watching. And remember that, I know it sounds cliche, but we've forgotten it, that Jesus really is the reason for the season. Y'all have a great one. Take care. See y'all.